Welcome to pattern making class. This is Annette Julie, and today we're going to learn how to make a torso draft from your basic bodice. I have the front and back basic bodice blocks, and I've trued them up and balanced them, and now I'm going to go ahead and trace them off and copy them and cut them out. So we've got enough pattern paper to copy both. Here's our back. Here's our front bodice. Let's start by making a grain line. Go ahead and place the center front matching to the grain line and weight it down. If you don't have pattern weights, you can use some cans of tuna or some Campbell's soup cans or a book or a large rock or some tape. We're tracing off and we're going in and filling in our little notches. So we traced off center front, neckline, shoulder, armhole notch, side seam, waist seam, and with 2 notches for our dart. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. See what our copy looks like. I'm going to lay this back on. I was just punching through with my awl on my dart tip and my apex and my back off point from my dart tip. I'm going to lay it back on and I'm going to transfer a couple of those marks. If you don't have a pattern awl, you can use a seam ripper. Okay, great. I can see all of those marks. Let's go ahead and draw another grain line here on the front. And this is our front bodice. And this is a size 8. So we have a copy. But let's go ahead and put in our dart legs. Here's our apex, our dart tip, and our back off point. That looks good. Put that aside. We've got our back bodice, and we can use our awl right on that dart tip, that back off point, and for the shoulder dart too. That was our waist dart. Let's go ahead and draw our grain line. And we'll take our back bodice match it to that grain line, weight it down, copy our neckline, our shoulder, and our shoulder notches for the dart, for the shoulder dart. Back out to the low point of the shoulder, the armhole. We have double notches in the back armhole. This is our armhole now to our side seam. Now we go from side seam to our back waist. Now we have back waist notches for the back waist dart. And we've copied this off. Let's go ahead and transfer some of our dart tip and back off point information. That looks like a good copy. Let's take our clear plastic ruler and draw another grain line. And we have our back bodice, and this is our size 8. Let's go ahead and draw in our dart legs. That's for our waist. Now let's do our shoulder dart. And if you're following along and you have your textbook, you can be on page 394 for torso foundation. This is in chapter 18. We've copied off the front, we've copied off the back. Now we're going to draw some lines that we're going to slash. And so for the back, we're going to draw a line that's going to be 2 inches away from the side seam and parallel to the side seam. That's going to be a slash line. Now we're going to take our front and we're going to go down anywhere between 2 and 2.5 inches on our side seam. And we're going to draw a line perpendicular with the center front. So here's this line down 2 inches. I could also go down 2.5. Either one of those are lines that I could choose to slash. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut out our copy of our front and back bodice. Let's get out those paper scissors. There's our waist. We just did side seam, armhole, our waist and waist dart. Now we're cutting down our center front. And let's go ahead and cut out our neckline. We'll cut out our back. Our center back seam. Our waist seam. Our armhole. Approaching the armhole curve from two different directions so we get it nice and close. Our side seam. Our neckline. And lastly, our shoulder seam. This is our slash line. I'm not going to slash the whole thing, but this is for the back. I'll leave some of it attached. And then for our front, I'm going to pick the line that's 2 inches. I'm going to draw a straight line up. So 2 inches down from the armhole is where I've chosen to go instead of 2.5. You can choose somewhere in that range. And now I'm going to slash the dart closest to the center front, all the way up to our line. And now from our side seam all the way to, but I'm going to leave some on. I want to leave that attached. That's the end of our first part of our torso. I look forward to seeing you in our next video. This is Annette Julie. See you soon.